Good morning, Taiwan, and thank you for starting your week with us. I am Louisa Lee, here to keep you informed and entertained. 欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给你最新最有趣的新闻。A deadly nightmare at sea. Rescue workers are racing against time, searching frantically to find more survivors after the cruise ship, the Costa Concordia, ran aground on a sandbank off the west coast of Italy at Gigio Island on Friday. Divers have recovered the bodies of two elderly men aboard the stricken cruise liner, raising the death toll in the disaster to 5. 意大利 cruise 反复的意外，目前搜救队伍还在努力寻找生还者，但是还是造成5人死亡。More than 17 are still unaccounted for, while 20 others are still being treated for injuries. The half-submerged cruise carried as many as 4,200 people, in which 13 of them are Taiwanese tourists. The ship's captain and the first officer have been both arrested on suspicion of causing deaths and a shipwreck while abandoning the ship before evacuating the passengers. Investigation is still ongoing on why the disaster occurred in calm conditions. And here in Taiwan, with more than 51% of the presidential vote, President Ma Ying-jeou has claimed victory over the weekend after winning a second term in office. The 61-year-old leader of the ruling Kuomintang Party defeated his main opponent, Tsai Ing-wen, who finished at 45.6%. Tsai has since resigned as the chairwoman of the Democratic Progressive Party after taking responsibility of the defeat. And now to other news. French will be their second language starting now. Marking the first pandas to arrive in France since 1973, Huan Huan and Yuanzi will be spending the next 10 years in the Beauvais Zoo of Central France. 大陆送给法国的2只熊猫已经搭飞机到法国了，它们的健康状况都很好，最快可能在2月跟大家见面。
This isn't your typical cargo plane arriving in France. In its belly are two very important diplomats, a pair of giant pandas. China has donated the bears to a zoo in the city of Saint-Aignan, marking the first time in a decade that giant pandas have resided in France. Since the 1950s, China has sent the bears abroad as gestures of political goodwill in what has come to be known as panda diplomacy. The bears, named Huan Huan and Wan Zi, were housed in special cages for the long flight from Chengdu in southern China. Officials said the pandas, who are both 3 years old, arrived in perfect condition. The pair are now bound for the Beauvais Zoo, where officials are hoping they will breed.
And now let's take a look at what's going on inside the mind of artist Chris Burden. Burden reveals his imagination of what life may be like in 10 years in Los Angeles through his latest art installation. 艺术家 Chris Burden 用高速的模型车还有赛车道做出了一个超级大的装置艺术，要让大家看看他想象的未来的 Los Angeles 是什么样的样子。
LA artist Chris Burden has presented his latest work, Metropolis 2, to show what future LA will look like in his imagination. Brown has watched the city evolve since 1960. For him, LA will become a fast-paced metropolis, a city where cars are digitally controlled and can drive at rapid speeds without the danger of crashing. 1,000 cars on 18 freeways at speeds of 240 miles per hour circulate the large-scale kinetic sculpture, which can be viewed at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. Burden says the balconies at the exhibit offer a unique perspective for visitors.
Part of being satisfied as an individual in life in general is feeling that you have some control over the situation. And here you're godlike because you go upstairs and you look down on it, and this thing is contained. And even though the noise level and the activity give you a sense of anxiety, you know you're safe here. And you feel godlike in being able to sort of observe it from above and enjoy the activity without being fully immersed in it.
Every hour, the equivalent of around 100,000 cars circulate through the sculpture's skyscrapers. Museum director Michael Galvin says that while Los Angeles is an important city in terms of art, it doesn't compare to places with visible landmarks like Paris, Rome, and New York.
This work was beginning in the studio. This is 5 years ago. And so I said to Chris, That looks amazing. We need to reserve that. That work needs to stay in Los Angeles.
Metropolis 2 is now on long-term loan at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art starting last weekend.
And the victors at the Critics' Choice Awards have been announced, with the black and white silent film The Artist shouting the loudest as the biggest winner of the night. 美国影评人大奖 Critics' Choice Awards 已经揭晓了，《大艺术家》这部电影拿下最佳影片和最佳导演，是本届的大赢家。
Silent film The Artist was the top winner at the Critics' Choice Awards on Thursday, boosting its profile as the award season heats up ahead of the Oscars. The black and white comedy picked up 4 awards, including Best Picture and Best Director for Frenchman Michel Hazanavicius, who called it a love letter to American cinema.
Do a book of interviews about working for white families. And we could show what it's like to work for, say, Elizabeth.
You know what Miss Leaf would do to me if she knew I was telling stories on her?
Comedy drama box office hit The Help was the night's other big and surprise victor. The tale of black maids and their white employers in the 1960s U.S. South brought acting honors for both Viola Davis and Octavia Spencer in their roles as maids. The movie also won Best Ensemble Cast.
Suspect, right? Right? You're disgusted me too. You're always so busy.
George Clooney was voted Best Actor for his role as a distracted dad in family drama The Descendants, and female romp Bridesmaids won the award for Best Comedy.
Beautiful lady. Breathtaking.
And that's it for today's edition. I am Louisa Lee, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Meanwhile, stay with CTN for the latest weather update and for more news you need.